The Prophetic Sunday law is doubted and rejected by majority of the Christian world today, but the biblical evidence and historical proof cannot be denied. The Sunday seal and the mark of the beast is coming, and we can see it in the history of sun worship and the future of America. Here is truth in Bible prophecy. Kindly share and subscribe to this channel. Friends, here is the latest prophetic news. California Governor, there is no greater authority than moral authority, and the Pope's leadership on the climate crisis inspire us. Important events as seen through the lens of Bible prophecy are taking place all around us. In today's world, there is just one religious force aiming to form a new alliance among economists, bankers, business executives, CEOs, heads of state and religious organizations. In this worldwide drive to construct his new economy, Pope Francis is leading the way. On May 15 to 17, 2024, the Vatican will host an international summit on climate change that will bring together faith leaders, scientists, entrepreneurs, NGOs, mayors from Europe's largest cities, governors, lawmakers, and representatives from the United Nations. Catholic Agency News reported on May 11, 2024, that the world is coming together at the Vatican and will be received in an audience with Pope Francis to discuss urgent deliberate policy recommendations geared towards climate resilience. This conference will be one of the most ambitious climate indoctrination events we have ever seen in the world. Here we can clearly see Rome's global aspirations to unite the whole world on Catholic doctrine. The Pope continues to pressure the world leaders to adopt the Laudato Si. The Vatican won't stop until its policies are embraced. All of the churches support this. Make no mistake, the bold and ambitious plan is for Laudato Si to be enacted into a law with the goal of transforming our global economies and businesses by imposing climate policies aimed at reducing CO2, carbon, and restricting Sunday trading. First stage, the Tower of Babel, the birth of paganism. After the flood and after Noah and his sons and their wives went forth from the ark, there was a man begot by his grandson Cush, whose name was Nimrod. The name Nimrod means rebellion. He was the chief architect of the Tower of Babel, Satan's monument of human pride. Tradition says that Nimrod's wife was also his mother. Semiramis became pregnant after engaging in an adulterous affair while married to Nimrod. Semiramis made the most audacious claim that when Nimrod died, he has been resurrected as the god of the sun. Nimrod's sun rays inseminate Semiramis with a child, and the child's name was Tammuz. This story spread all over the entire world and led to the rise of sun worship. Different pagan religions and mystery cults sprang out with different names, like in Egypt, Isis carrying Horus. They adopted different names, but all rooted in Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. This was the birth of paganism. Ezekiel 8 verse 14. Then he brought me to the entrance of the north gate of the house of the Lord, and I saw women sitting there, mourning the god Tammuz. The worship of the sun was carried throughout the Babylonian Empire. Second stage, sun worship in Christianity. On March 7, 321 AD. On this day, Constantine decreed the day of the sun as a day of rest. Constantine decreed that Dies Solis, or the day of the sun, should be observed as a universal day of rest. Constantine chose Sunday to be the day for Christian worship, as it already enjoyed special status in the Roman week, named after the pagan sun god Invictus. He gave the first Sunday law in 321 AD. Which was civil, but then in Constantinople in 381, it became religious. Third stage, the Antichrist, sun worship. Revelation 13 says, the dragon, which is the dragon of Daniel 7, Rome, gave him, the Antichrist beast, the papacy, his power and his seat, which is the capital city, and great authority. LaBianca, professor of history at the University of Rome, says, to the succession of the Caesars came the succession of the pontiffs in Rome. When Constantine left Rome, he gave his seat to the pontiff. Papal Rome claims Sunday is her creation and has sunbursts everywhere the eye turns. Protestantism, who also honors Sunday because of the resurrection, this was transferred via the Puritans from Europe to the United States. It was strictly enforced in colonial America with blue laws. They did exactly what they learned from the Roman Catholic Church in Europe, use the state to enforce religious observance. Thus, the pagan Sunday has been transmitted in unbroken succession from Babylon to end-time Babylon. Interesting that Rome was called Babylon. 1 Peter 5 verse 13. Fourth stage, sun worship as a legislative law. Have you ever noticed in the $1 bill the symbolisms there? It roots back to the history of the United States and surprisingly, a prophetic pattern of worship in the final days. In the $1 bill, you see an eagle facing right with golden wreath, 13 arrows in its talons, a sunburst breaking through the clouds above its head, representing the sun god Mitra. In a large number of lands, the sun is associated not so much with independence, but with the promises it brings in the dawn of a day. Witness Smith, Flags, page 314. In other words, the rising of the sun represents the dawn of a new era of peace and prosperity for the newborn nation. Great Controversy says, at the end, says the imposition of the day of the sun will be understood as the secret to return to the peace and prosperity that the United States once enjoyed when it was founded. This is the banner or flag of the Roman Empire, imperial banner used by the Holy Roman Empire. The neoclassical spirit of America at the end of the 18th century looked to the Asian Roman Republic for many symbols. So America will go back and push the Day of the Sun, while Rome will push the Laudato Si back to the mandatory day of worship for the sake of saving the environment. On the reverse side, an unfinished ziggurat, and above it, the all-seeing eye of providence with sun rays bursting from it. The unfinished pyramid has 13 strata, a definite occult number. The eye of providence is a Masonic symbol who claim to go back to the Masons of Solomon's Temple of Lucifer, according to them, the great architect of the universe. The inscriptions are interesting. All three of them are in Latin. Novus Ordo Seclorum, meaning new order of the ages. Latin was the language of the ancient Rome. The year 1776 is the Roman numerals at the base of the pyramid. Matthew 24 makes it clear that there is a double application. So if in Rome we have an eagle and a sun as the abomination that led to desolation, we would expect the same at the end because the prophecy demands it. The United States will repudiate its constitution and go back to enforcing Sunday by law as happened in the colonial period. The United States will mandate to enforce Sunday from the Roman Catholic Church. They will make an image of the beast and will enforce the mark of the beast. The Sunday law will be sealed with the Great Seal of the United States, a Roman symbol. Matthew 24 verse 8. But all these things are merely the beginning of sorrows, meaning birth pains. Christ compares these natural disasters and persecutions to a mother in labor, and the rapidity and the severity will be great. Friends, it is high time for us to surrender to Jesus totally and let our faith be bigger than our fears in the final days. Kindly type in the comment section, Jesus is my refuge and strength. Be strong. Be of good courage, Jesus said, and may we continue to preach the truth we have learned and found in Bible prophecy.